The woman looked up and saw that huge beast, King Kong, who was 48 meters tall. The woman was shaking with fear because when she first came to this island, King Kong had killed most of her companions. However, King Kong didn't attack her. It seemed that he could see the kindness in the woman. King Kong was the master of this island and the guardian of Skull Island. Why did it kill people? Because when humans first arrived on the island, they started to destroy it wantonly. Of course, it wouldn't allow anyone to damage its home. The next second, a flying tree impaled the helicopter. King Kong grabbed the aircraft and threw a human into its mouth. The army immediately surrounded it and opened fire on King Kong regardless of everything. King Kong had endured enough, and the brutal slaughter began as it struggled. It smashed a helicopter with one punch and trampled the soldiers on the ground like ants. But humans still didn't give up and increased the firepower against King Kong. King Kong grabbed one plane, and two planes were forced to crash into each other. The planes were like toys in his hands. In a short while, more than half of this armed team had been killed. The surviving humans thought that King Kong was a demon. This officer swore that he would make King Kong pay for his crimes with blood. After the big battle, the surviving humans planned to sneak into King Kong's cave and kill it. But what they didn't know was that the crisis on the island had just begun. As soon as they walked into the forest, a huge bamboo pole pierced through one of them. Looking up along the bamboo, it was the leg of a giant spider. The soldiers immediately opened fire, but their range wasn't enough. Watching their team members being killed one by one, they cut off all the spider's legs and finally solved the battle by hitting its vital parts. The officer fired several more shots to kill it. The armed team quickly took refuge in a place. Another companion was carried away by a big bird. The companions picked up their guns to save him, but it was too late. 10 birds instantly tore his limbs apart. The army suffered heavy casualties, and everyone was panicking. Some people wanted to leave this place. Coincidentally, a deserter fled to the riverside alone. By an unlucky chance, he met King Kong, who was as tall as a mountain head-on. King Kong saw him, and the man started running away at full speed. But King Kong didn't seem to want to hurt him. It bent down by the river to check its own wound. Just as King Kong was about to drink water, it felt that there was danger in the water. Countless tentacles wrapped around King Kong. It was a giant octopus. King Kong stomped on the octopus's head and burst it. Then, with a great effort, King Kong tore off the octopus's tentacles, which became its meal. The man managed to escape by a fluke, but before he could recover, a piece of wood in front of him actually came to life. It was a moving locust. The man fired at it. Strangely, the locust didn't